Morning, my fabulous 133. Welcome to another episode of Lindsay's Library. Today I'm going to be reading Chapter 16 of Ella Enchanted, written by Gail Carson Levine. Let's get started. Chapter 16. Sir Stefan was indeed talkative. He had a small manor and Frau, a wife, 4 daughters, and 2 hounds. The hounds were the joy of his life, smarter than pigs, cats, and dragons all rolled together. He said. As we rode, he recounted tale after tale of their bravery and cleverness. When do you think we'll reach the giants? I asked, when he stopped for breath. 3 days, I should think. The day of the wedding, and we might arrive after it ended. Can we go any faster? I don't need much sleep. Maybe you don't, and I'm eager to get back to those ogres. But the horse needs his rest. We'll go as fast as he'll take us. I kicked the horse, hoping to spur him on, and hoping Sir Stefan wouldn't notice. Sir Stefan didn't, and the horse didn't either. Sir Stefan began a tale about exhausted horses and a charge against a dragon. When he finished, I hastily changed the subject. Do you like serving under the prince? Some might not fancy answering to a youngster, he said, but I'm a toiling knight. What's that? Not so noble I can't carry my own horse, nor so greedy I have no time to serve my king. Is Shar a toiling prince? That's a good description of him, little lady. I never saw a lad, page or prince, so eager to learn to do a thing right. According to Sir Stefan, Shar was almost as wonderful as the hounds. He wasn't only eager to learn, he did learn, and quickly. He was kind. They had departed Frau late because of his kindness. The cart of a fruit and vegetable seller had overturned in the road ahead of them. When the seller began screeching that everyone would trample his precious tomatoes and melons and lettuces, Shar had us right the cart. Then he spent the better part of an hour on his hands and knees, rescuing vegetables, as he rescued me. You're a long mile prettier than a grape or a squash, and you needed a long mile less rescuing. I never caught an ogre so neatly before. I turned the conversation away from me and back to Shar. He's smart, and he's steady, the prince is, Sir Stefan continued. Too steady, maybe. Too serious, maybe. He laughs when there's something to laugh at, but he doesn't play enough. He's been with the king's counselors too much. Sir Stefan was quiet for a rare moment. He laughed more in a morning with you than in 2 weeks with us. He should frolic with the young folks more, but they're on their best behavior with a prince. He turned his head. Except for you, little lady. I was alarmed. Did I behave badly? You acted natural, not like a courtier. Manners mistress would consider me an utter failure. I smiled. We spent our nights at inns. The first night I retired to my room soon after dinner. I set my Aguilin wolf on the table next to my bed, so he could protect my sleep. Then I opened my magic book. On the verso was a letter from Hattie to her mother. On the recto, one to the same lady from Olive. I read Hattie's first. Dear Mama, is not my penmanship much improved? I have been practicing my flourishes. The words may be harder to read, and writing mistress despairs of my spelling. But when you stand away from the page, is the result not charming? Sir Peter's daughter has vanished. Madam Edith says she was called away in the night. However, I suspect that Madam Edith is lying, and that Ella has run off. There was always something devious and deceitful about her, although her father is such a charming rich man. My new dresses are divine, and I emerged among the other girls again 2 days ago when they arrived. I suspect my locks may have vanished with Ella. A heartless prank to play on me, who always treated her with kindness. But I still hope she has come to no harm, and has not been eaten by ogres, or captured by bandits, or caught fire, or fallen into bad company, as I often imagine. The rest of the letter recounted the compliments Hattie had received on a new gown. She ended with a farewell in the largest flourish of all. Hattie. The recto. Dear Mother, I have been feeling poorly all week. I have headaches, especially when I read. You always say too much reading is bad for the eyes, but writing mistress won't listen. She called me little more than an idiot, and said there will be no hope for me when I'm grown, if I don't learn to read better. Hattie says Ella was bad to leave, but I think she was bad not to take me, too. Ella did everything Hattie told her to. I wish people did what I want. It's not fair. Your miserable daughter, Olive. The whole page was full of blots and cross-outs. Each letter was formed with a wobbly hand, as though the writer didn't know how to hold a pen. Poor Olive. Her letter was followed by a sad tale about the genie in Aladdin's lamp. He had been forced by Aladdin's false uncle, the magician, to take up residence in the lamp, and had been given power to grant everyone's wishes but his own. Before he was captured, he had been in love with a goose girl. The genie spent his years in the lamp, longing for her, and wondering whether she'd married someone else, whether she'd grown old, whether she'd died. I closed the book, weeping a little. I wasn't confined to a lamp, but I, too, was not free. The size of things began to grow shortly after we started out on the third morning. In the past, objects far away had always appeared smaller than objects close by. But now, the old rule stood on its head. The trees near us were dwarfed by the trees in the distance ahead. At 10 o'clock, I saw a pumpkin as wide as I was tall. At 11, we passed one as big as a carriage. At noon, we saw a giant. He was building a stone wall out of boulders. It was already twice my height, and I shuddered to think of the livestock it would pen. When the giant saw us, he trumpeted his pleasure. "Oigak! Honk!" he called, dropping a rock and thundering towards us, his mouth open wide in a huge smile of welcome. Our horse reared in fright, and I struggled to keep my seat, till the giant reached down and touched the beast gently on his muzzle. He quieted instantly, and even nuzzled against the giant's thigh. Kubi? Screech. Ub payu? I said. It meant hello in Abdegi. We've come to attend the wedding of Uaxi's daughter, I added in Kyrian. But are we too late? You're just in time. I'll lead you there. The farm was 2 hours away. Coopduck, the giant, strolled next to our horse. Is Uaxi expecting you? He asked. No, I answered. Will she mind? Mind? She won't be able to thank you enough for coming. Giants love strangers, he paused, and friends too. Lots of friends and strangers will be there. We traveled in silence for a while, with Coopduck smiling down at us. Are you tired? Hungry? He asked presently. We're fine, Sir Stefan said, although I was starving. Everyone is polite except giants. We say when we're hungry. Never mind. There's lots to eat in a giant's farm. Uaxi's house was visible an hour before we reached it. That's her house, Coopduck announced, pointing. It's nice, isn't it? Enormously nice. Hugely nice, Sir Stefan said. Don't you think so, lass? I nodded. My heart began to pound so hard, I thought it would catapult me backward off the horse. Soon I might find Lucinda. Soon I might be free. And that ends chapter 16 of Ella Enchanted, written by Gail Carson Levine. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Lindsay's Library. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you want, you can check out my links down in the description below. The first of which is for my affiliate with So Sick Clothing. There's a promo code through them that will get you 15% off site-wide. That promo code is OGrace15. And there's also a promo code for my merch that will get you $5 off through October 31st, 2020. That promo code is BOO2020. And the rest of my links are my website, my social media, all those good little things. Thank you for watching, and above all else, stay fabulous. Bye!